Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to Dementia Diaries and this episode on diet. I looked up on the internet diet and dementia, and there are a gazillion reasons as to why diet is important in slowing the progression of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. I'm not going to go down and read the list and lecture you on diet. I mentioned the 5 important things you need to remember when you want to slow dementia and Alzheimer's: socializing, diet, cognitive engagement, exercise, and rest. Okay, let's have a little honesty here. I hate the word diet. I love junk food. I mean, just think. I love cheesies. I love potato chips. I love the double bacon hamburger with upsized fries and a Coca-Cola. I love when we go for ice cream, I have the big sundae with the whipped cream, nuts, cherries, the whole 9 yards, with moose tracks, ice cream, Kentucky fried. I can't pass a Kentucky fried chicken without breaking out into hives. I love junk food. I'm probably the last guy who should be talking about diet, and yet my neurologist says to me, don't go to a restaurant where you eat out of a paper bag. Always go to a restaurant that has a plate, a knife, and a fork. At least try that, and and for me, when we talk about diet and taking away stuff like, okay, that's it. No more cheesies, no more French fries, no more food that you love. I get really anxious. It's like my heart goes into palpitations. It's not a fun feeling. I'm quite a baby. I'm quite a suck about it. So how am I going to have, a healthy lifestyle if all I want to do is eat stuff that's bad for me? Because I'm telling you, my doctor is watching my high blood pressure. I got hypertension, and he's watching my cholesterol in my life. I can't afford to have another stroke. I've already had one, and I was lucky with it. I dodged the bullet, but I can't dodge it again. Too much is at stake, and I got to do it. And I was even reluctant to do this video because now that it's out there in the world, I'm going to have to put my food where my mouth is. I'm going to have to eat healthy from here on. And boy, oh boy, this was the last video I wanted to do. Okay, so now what do I do? Well, I think what works best for me is looking at it as substitution. The very first thing is that Karen and I get involved together in planning the meals. We sit down at the kitchen table on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday morning, and she says, okay, Mike, what would you like for dinner this week? And I get to have some input. There are things that I can have, like lean meat. It can be fish, it can be pork chops, it can be beef, it can be chicken. There's a whole bunch of stuff there that I can have. I happen to like beef and I happen to like chicken. I'm not a huge fan of fish. And pork chops, pork chops all day. And the other thing is you start the day off right. Like they always say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Yeah, it is. Well, we've got 2 ways of approaching that. Protein is important. It helps build muscle and make me a big, strong fella, and it's good fat. So I have my eggs poached soft. Or if I'm in a mood, I can have scrambled eggs, but poach soft, never fried. And that way I can have my toast is whole grain toast. We go to a place called Cobb's here in Ontario anyway, and it's the whole grain bread. not the whole wheat, the brown toast or anything like that, but whole wheat toast or multigrain toast. It's the best. It's got nuts on there and it's got everything you need in the toast. You toast it up, you can put a teaspoon of peanut butter on it. It's great. Or another thing that we have, another alternative, is we have yogurt. Low-fat yogurt. Can be flavored, or it can be plain, or it can be vanilla, or whatever, any of the nice flavors they're coming out with. Put fresh fruit in there. I put granola crumble on it. And some people like sliced almonds. Oh, and that's another substitution, to substitute something else for the fat. Like the fat that I crave from French fries, chips, and cheesies. I have cashews. Sometimes I'll have some peanut butter on rice cakes or plain crackers. But it's good, you know. It's if I've got something to eat at least 5 times a day, I'm not craving anything else. If I'm getting my protein, a healthy fat, lots of veggies, I'm feeling satisfied. I'm not out there craving food, you know? And I've got a caregiver with me, and she, before we go into a restaurant, she'll tap me on the arm and say, remember, no French fries. What are you thinking of ordering? Well, I'd like the fish. Okay, the restaurant near us does mashed potatoes, and they're great. You've seen the picture of it in the previous video. There, you can have mashed potatoes, coleslaw with fish. Karen likes it. Grilled fish, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. And another substitution is preparing a meal just plain. She'll put a lean meat on a pan, and along with some veggies, put some olive oil on there, some Parmesan cheese, and throw it in the oven. Your whole meal comes out at once. It only takes about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then you've got the whole meal, and you make enough for a couple of days. And that's the thing about lean meat. You can cook it up ahead of time. Cook enough maybe for the entire week. Freeze some of it or keep it in the fridge. That way it's always there. You can have it for lunch. It's nice to add last night's dinner in today's lunch. And for supper, you've heard some of the wise choices. If you have a big salad, put veggies in there that you like. Put a bunch of veggies in there that you like. And then you can add some protein to it, some chicken, some lean ground beef, even some pork chop cubes. And then you put a vinaigrette dressing on it. There's lots of good vinaigrette dressings on it. You know, avoid the blue cheeses, the Thousand Islands and all that kind of stuff. Have a nice vinaigrette salad, vinaigrette dressing with it. And, you know, for the most part, I can do it. But sometimes I struggle. But if I'm full, if I'm satisfied, if I'm getting my 8 glasses of water a day, and if I'm getting in the protein that I need and avoiding those carb crashes by having a whole bunch of crap, I'll do okay. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to leave some comments in the section below and maybe share your ideas for meal planning and maybe some encouragement or even sharing some of your struggles too. And if you like this video, please drop a like. It doesn't cost a dime. Subscribe. And you know what? We'll see you next time. And thanks for dropping by. How was that, hon? Okay.